Hola, ¿cómo están? Qué rico, qué rico. Para mí es un honor y para Estefa también, que ya las voy a presentar. Es un honor tener a la gran maestra hoy que nos acompaña. Ella se llama Assala Ibrahim desde Irak en estas charlas de danza. Qué rico y qué honor tenerlas por acá. Estefa, ¿cómo estás? Qué rico tenerte por acá. Y vamos a darle una bienvenida a la maestra Assala Ibrahim desde Irak. Assala, how are you? Stephanie, how are you?
Fine.
Hi, everybody.
Thank you.
I'm fine.
Okay. Stefan, everything is okay in your country? How are you?
Yes, thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here with you both. We are so amazing time, so everything's okay in Mexico. Thank you.
Okay. Assala, how are you? Tell us about you. You are okay? How is everything in Switzerland? Tell us.
I'm really feeling very honored to be interviewed by both of you. I'm doing very well. The life in Switzerland is back to normal and we are start working, seeing each other. So everything is really well. I hope the same for all the people in South America.
Okay, thank you. So I'm going to speak in Spanish for 1 second.
Yes.
Chicas, con ustedes entonces tenemos a la maestra Assala Ibrahim y a la maestra Stephanie Monzerrat desde México. Vamos a hacer la traducción en este momento y ya Stefan nos va a explicar cómo vamos a hacer la traducción simultánea. Stefan.
Bueno, chicas, bienvenidas una vez más. Así como hemos trabajado, ustedes van a ir leyendo los comentarios y para que sea un poquito más ágil, vamos a tratar de dejar, si tenemos comentarios personales, para el final, para que sea más fluida esta interacción de comentarios en traducciones. Entonces, al lado de su pantallita, donde están los comentarios del live, van a poder ir leyendo las preguntas y respuestas en español.
Entonces, Estefa tiene 2 estudiantes que en este momento nos están apoyando con la traducción, ¿cierto? Una alumna se está encargando de la traducción de las preguntas y otra alumna de la traducción de las respuestas, ¿sí? Entonces, así, las personas que no hablen inglés, ¿cierto? Por favor, lean los comentarios. En el comentario son estas 2 personas, Estefi, ¿tú ya sabes quiénes son esas 2 personas que están haciendo la traducción?
Está con nosotras Priscila López, que va a estar haciendo la traducción de las respuestas, y Gala Vergara, que nos está haciendo la traducción de las preguntas.
Entonces vamos a estar pendientes de esas 2 personas, de Gala y de Priscila, ¿cierto? Entonces las personas que no dominan el inglés, entonces pendiente de estas 2 personas, que son las 2 personas que tenemos nosotros acompañándonos durante este live, ¿sí? Bueno, muy bien, entonces, no siendo más, vamos a avanzar ahora sí en la entrevista. Okay, dear, Assala, we are ready. We are going to start from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning of all. Where were you born? How was your childhood in your country with your family? Tell us a little bit about that, dear.
Okay, I was born and grown up in Iraq, in Basra city. Basra is south of Iraq, and I finished my primary school there, my secondary school, my high school there. And after I study at the University of Baghdad, Al Mustansiriya University, I study literature department. So this is very short about me. It was a very happy childhood.
Okay, that is amazing. Estefa, do you have a question for Assala?
Yes, Assala, tell us a little bit, what was the situation of the woman in Iraq when you were living there and how is now?
That's very good questions. You know, I consider myself very, very lucky to have a very nice and beautiful memories about Iraq and about the women in Iraq. And I left Iraq 1993. And at that time, women really have still freedom. Yes, we have war with Iran, like 8 years of war with Iran, but this doesn't really affect our freedom as women. You want to translate or I continue?
No, you can continue.
I can continue, okay. So this already in 1990, women in Iraq play an active role in all aspects of life. In politics, they were very important. In economy, they have their own business, they can start their business. And in politics, they can be in parliamentary, they can be like professor or teachers in university. So till 1990, women in Iraq have their freedom, they have their privileges, and they already make advantage of the law that was in 1970 when they gave the women in Iraq their right, equal right with men. So Iraq was an advanced country. So maybe you ask when the drama or when the bad situation, the hard situation start for Iraqi women. It started after the first Iraqi, the Gulf War. I think if you remember, it is in 1991, the war started in Iraq, and this took the Iraqi women rights really like backwards. They lost a lot of privileges, they lost a lot of freedom, and that's why when I left in 1993, the situation was okay for us Iraqi women. And of course, the women freedom in the Middle East generally and in Iraq, it's always depend on how much your family are conservative, how much your family are religious, how much your family are the tribes concept are strong in the way that they treat women. All these elements play really a huge role in the freedom of women. So I am so privileged that I have my freedom. I can decide my study. I can decide as well to study out of my city, not because Basra is like 8 hours with the bus to the Baghdad. So I have to live there in Baghdad. So they respected my will and they accepted that I can study out of Iraq. So all these privileges I have, but to make further education, to study, you can be free. But to be a dancer, then all the moral, everything will change. And maybe we will talk about this later.
Yeah. So your family was not very conservative, or was a little bit?
No, when it is to education, or when because I work, I study with men, they never ask me, don't speak to this guy or don't do this or that. They trust me, they know who I am, and they trust the way that my parents brought up me, or the principle we have in our family. We have respect, we respected our freedom. I was aware of the privilege of this freedom. That's why I was completely good girl. Because I really appreciate that I am free. I didn't want to do anything stupid so that they will have anything against me to take away my freedom. But dance is something totally different world. You can be a teacher, you can work with men, you can go out with men to go to your work, but dancer is something totally different.
Yeah. I wonder, yeah. Stephanie, dale.
When you were in the college, what was your career? What did you study?
Yes, I study literature, Arabic literature, and English. So I was allowed to be, I graduated as secondary school teacher. I didn't work a lot because of the war. After I finished my university, the war started. So I left my country because of this. But I worked just like few months and everything started. And yeah, I love to teach. In fact, that's why I am so passionate teacher, because I study as secondary school teacher.
Exactly. So talking about the dance, Assala, how did you learn dancing? What influenced and inspired your dance? And how is the dance in Iraq seen right now? So let's start from the first one. How did you learn dancing?
Okay, you are very good. You take 1 point after the other. So, dance is part of Iraqi social life. Really, even it is something I don't know how to explain, how a dance can be part of your social life and how dance are forbidden. We have to make really the difference of dancing among women when you have like birthday, when you have wedding, or dancing on stage or a nightclub. These are two different words, dance as a tradition or dance as a profession. And this they make big difference in Iraq. So dance is part of Iraqi life. Dance is part of our social life. That's why I grown up with dance. And what influenced me in the dance is my city. I grown up in Basra city. Basra is south of Iraq. and it is the only port of Iraq. It means it is the only port that open to the seas, to the Gulf, to the Persian Gulf, to the high sea, to the other sea of the world. So it is an open cultural city. We have different nationality. We have Afro-Iraqis who was since 100 years in Iraq. We have the Kauliya Romani people, and we have our Basrawi people. So we have this amazing mixture of culture and of dance. And this influenced me as a dancer since I am child. I was grown up in this rich culture. So everywhere in a school, there is parties, because, politics is influence as well. When we were at the school, we have many occasions because of the government. We have to celebrate the president party. We have to celebrate all this revolution. So there will be a lot of activities with dancing, singing, and theater. The other element that really inspired my life, and I am so thankful, and it is really present from heaven, is the job and the profession of my mother. Our father died when we are really all young, so we were 7. And my mother used what our father left to make her own business. She's very creative in doing the wedding dresses and makeup. So she make a small business with some of her friends. And she was very important for women because she's the one who make them beautiful with the dresses she's doing and with the makeup and the hairstyles. So as a child, I used to combine her. I was always fascinating with color, with the dresses, with women, with this beauty since I was a child. So it was like a huge blessing for me to be with my mother when she was going to prepare the women for their weddings. And I witnessed how these women dancing. I was dancing because we girls, we were always around dancing. And this was really like in each cell of my body is this memories of being with my mother. I learned how these women using their femininity in a respectful way, how they using the dance as a joyful things, how they were creative in all their dresses, in the color they were using. So these are the elements that inspired me as a child in my dance, Basra city with its culture, and my mother. A profession.
That is amazing, that is amazing being surrounded by these women that are going to get married. That is a constant party, being with your mom.
And there is no competition because when they were dancing, it was about the joy. It was about enjoying themselves. And, they know as well, the girls, that there is older women who will watch them. Because, and it could be they will ask them to get married to their sons. So it was like festivity of beauty and dance and femininity. And all this is still in my memory, is still in my, deep inside in my soul, and inspired me till today in my profession as a dancer.
That is a wonderful memory, full of,
yes,
surrounded by this. Okay.
Yeah, and we were not a rich family. We were middle class. My mother really is a great woman who gave us the freedom to choose who we get married to and what kind of study we want to study. So we are so thankful for her to give us this positive image of a woman, in our family, in a conservative society. So it was at the end, with all these politics issues, I have a very joyful memories of Iraq.
Fantastic. So, Assala, and the last of this set of questions is like, how is the dance scene in Iraq right now? I know this is
right now.
Yeah, right now, how is it?
Yes. As I told you, there is 2 directions in Iraq, how they look to the dance. The one is the tradition, when you are among your friends, when they go the men dancing chobi, or when they dance dabka or daha, or the other dance style in festivities. And there is it is your dance profession. Still, I have to say that during the 1970 and even till the 90s, these even national troops were respectful. People were dancing. Nightclubs as well were respected and respectful singer. They were singing in nightclubs. So the respectful cultural life is there. The collapse, the real collapse of the aspect of culture and art, music and dance in Iraq start in a bad way 2003. It is the date of the invasion of Iraq, when Iraq was invaded and the security was lost. The structure was collapsed. There was no structures, no rules in Iraq. A lot of parties started to appear on live. Lot of violence. Now something changed. Something very bad changed in Iraqi life. Aggression against dance, aggression against musician, aggression against artists. They start to kill dancer, they start to kill musician, they start to kill artists. They even bomb the shops of music instrument in the bazaars, and even attack and killed the organizer of events. So it is 2003. It is the worst time in Iraq history when the collapse started. So with the growing of fanatic groups, dance is disappeared. So it is started that people hide their identity, their profession as singers, as dancers. They were not dancing. So it is like enhance and strong the bad and negative way of thinking about dance. That was one of the reasons that I never think to go back to Iraq during that time, because it means like death sentence for me as a dancer. So it is really a very hard situation for Iraqis during this time. And unfortunately, till now, dance is struggling. Dance is looking for acknowledgement. A lot of talented dancers have no chance to show their talent, to show their art in Iraq. I mean, even in the past, there is no dance school in Iraq. This is unfortunately, till now, I'm really sorry about our culture, that people don't respect this dance and like making it a school. Even in Egypt is very famous with its dance. There is not a single dance school. Yes, we have like ballet school, but a dancer like me who fascinated with authentic dance style, I will never think of ballet dance school, because I wanted to represent my own culture. I wanted to dance in an authentic way. But this is unfortunately need people who really stand up and say, people, you have to respect our culture. You have to be proud of our culture. And I think my work here out of Iraq and the work of all other teachers who are out of Iraq are very important, because we are fighting to give our dance good reputation. And I think the next generation will remember, I believe, the respect of Iraqi dance will come from outside of Iraq to Iraq. Maybe it is strange, but people in Iraq will realize how people out of Iraq loving and respecting this culture. They will start to rethink this culture. So all the dancers out of Iraq, what they are doing now is really a huge responsibility, what we are having for our culture. And yes, we are lucky to have people who support us out of our countries.
Yeah, that's very sad, because culture in Iraq, I think it's very amazing. So
and it is rich, yes.
All around the world, people is loving this culture. So
yes,
it's sad that in the main country, the dancers did not be able to make this dance. So sometimes we can see on social media some videos about the national ballet from Iraq, but this is not at the time. This is not working yet. This national ballet.
The Western ballet. I think they started the school. I am friend with a very little girl, Iraqi, who is going to ballet school. I think they started, but I read a documentary film. I watch a documentary film that as well these people, the families are so afraid of their little girls and boys, and they have really to keep it like secret when these boys and girls going to study ballet.
So, Assala, the next question is, you left Iraq in 1993, and come to Switzerland and start dancing and teaching. Can you please tell us how this developed and when inspired to make this specially as your profession?
You know, when I left Iraq and I win my freedom, I started to dance. I really started to dance. I was visiting all the workshop that Egyptian teacher did here in Switzerland. Some Egyptian teacher, they will really look at me in a strange way, what she is doing here, you know, why she is here, you know, but I was so happy to dance. I wanted to see how they share their experience as well. So I started to dance, but at that time, it was only part of my life, the dance. It was not all of my life. So I was kind of dancing in all these kind of workshops, doing Pilates, doing yoga, doing body work, breathing technique to prepare myself. Because I have this vision, I wanted to dance. I wanted to teach as well. But I didn't know where to go, you know, I don't have any guidelines, you know. And I work in Switzerland. I start to learn German because I thought I cannot live in a country without knowing the language. And German language was very difficult. And I came with zero knowledge of German language. So I went to school every day to learn German language. And you will never believe it. You will not believe it. I study, after finishing the language, I study in economic school. So just I want to feel secure. Yes, you know, maybe this is from my mother to feel secure, to have I know that life will not be hard to me because I have education. I can work in any company in Switzerland with this because my education in Iraq is not recognized. And I thought, what can I do? Everybody's working in office in Switzerland. So, but nothing was really with heart and passion. It is only my procedures to protect myself, to have a good level of life. And 2011, I make the decision to leave the company where I was working because I was every day sad. I answered telephone. It was English, it was American company, by the way. And I was very sad every day. You know, I was asking myself, what I'm doing here? Why I am here? And, you know, during the lunch break, I was always watching videos, you know, of dance, reading about the dance. Sometimes I steal time in my company and reading, you know, when there's nothing going on. So I thought 2011, I made the decision to leave my work and to focus only on the dance. After I got married, and my husband, I was very lucky. He supported me, and I opened my dance school in Switzerland. But this was just the first stage. Still, I didn't have my identity. I want to tell the dancer, maybe it will take you a long time to know what you really want. I have my own school. I was teaching every day, but I didn't know, is this really my identity? I was teaching 80% Egyptian, 20% only Iraqi. 2000 and, no, sorry, it is, yes, let me check. I think I mixed the date. It is 2001. 2001, I left the work because it was after the 11th of September. I remember because it is as well American company and it was hard for everybody. So I left. It was 2001. After the 11th September, I left the company as well to be independent. And then I made my school after this, 2001, then I made a dance project, 2007, after 6 years. I made about the life of Rabi'a al-Adawiya. I will write her name in the Iraqi dance group. It is very interesting life of this woman. She's from Basra. She set herself from a slave to mystic woman, to a Sufi woman, through love to God. So I make a dance project about her life. And I want to make a tour. So I needed sponsors. I went to the culture office to sponsor me. And they came and they watched my dance project. They saw me dancing Egyptian. They saw me dancing Sufi. And I did some Hacha dance and some Iraqi dance. And then after I finished, the cultural chief who have to decide the sponsorship for me, he told me, you asked me before, because I asked him before, what could be good? What kind of further education will be good for me? He told me, do you have an idea what kind of dance you are doing? You did a dance that I never seen in my life. I've been supervising so many dance projects, but like this dance, the Hacha dance, the Iraqi dance, this I never saw before. You have something that not everybody have. Why you don't use this uniqueness? Why you don't put your emotion in this? Why you don't educate yourself more about this? Why you jump to Egyptian dance? Why you want to dance modern dance and make further education in modern dance, as I asked for his advice? At that time, the project was very successful. It was sold out in all Swiss cities. And in this time, 2007, I found my identity as Iraqi dance teacher and performer. So girls, don't be, feeling that you are lost if after 1 year, it took me like 6 years to find my identity, to find what I really want, and to appreciate my culture. So these things, leaving Iraq, coming to Switzerland, is like a huge jump in my life, in my career. I gained my freedom, and I found my identity as a dance performer. So it is really full of stories, and I want just to make it short. But I think what I want to say, we really have always to believe in ourselves and to go back to ourselves. Sometimes we always don't see what we have, and we look far away, but we didn't see what we have, the power we have inside of ourselves. Let's have the power from within, and this is the secret of our success, I think.
Exactly, and patience also.
Patience, yes. Yeah, I was really patient.
Exactly,
yes,
because people think that, oh no, I can change my life in 1 year, 1 day, or I can just start a big project like a school or everything.
No, really.
Time. Yeah.
It takes time. It takes studies. It takes research. It takes as well advice of people who have experience. We have, when you are a young dancer, you have to respect your teacher. You have to respect people who have experience and advise you. They advise you not because they are jealous from you, because they have experience. Life are giving them enough lessons to have this experience. So as you said, Maria, patience for us as dancer is very good. There is no tree in a life who goes from 0 to 1. It starts very small, but it should be grow in a natural way. Nothing gone like this. So it took me like 6 years of studies, of researches, of lot of dance projects to find myself, And yes.
And sacrifices also,
And sacrifice family. There is a lot of sacrifices. You think, how my family feels? Why you study in a university and working as a dancer? Why you can study as secondary school teacher and you are working as a dancer? To stand rejection from the family, to stand rejection from society, because you are believing in what you are doing, because of this passion you have for this dance.
Exactly.
Assala, and taking the decision to leave your work and be completely in the dance was difficult or was easy for you to make this amazing decision?
You have to be a little bit of crazy. Craziness is always good. And sometimes naive. Don't think about, because people, when I start doing this, they were so afraid. Oh, Assala, are you sure? What about security? What about money? What about finance? You are throwing a good job and you are going to be a dancer. And I don't forget that one of my good friend, she told me, if you don't like this company, go to another company. But think about regular, like a salary that you earn in a regular way. As a dancer, you will never have this. So you need this craziness. You need to be a little bit naive to make decision. And at the end, you find that you are believing in something very important, in your passion, in your dance.
Yeah. This is something that many dancers has to do in a moment, be in your career, be in a work, be with money every month, or be and living with your passion. And obviously,
I was really in a very good company. I know 3 languages, Arabic. That's why they took me in this company. I was good paid, but I was not happy. And even my boss, he noticed this. He said, you are like dreaming. You always sit like you are not here, because I was not happy. So I thought, why?
All the time,
really? I was just dancing. I was dancing hacha and all.
With the phone. With the pen.
So really, yes, I thought I have to save his nerve. And I have to save my life. Go, Yeah, everybody was shocked that I left this security. But there was a moment in your life where you have to make a decision. Maybe because you believe in what you are doing is right. Maybe you are crazy. But at the end of the day, what could happen? You will win experience in your life if you succeed, or if you fail, it is experience in your life.
Exactly. I know that I want to just listen to Assala to tell us all the stories. It's so lovely to hear you just talk and just tell these gossips and these stories. I love it. Okay, Assala, let's continue with another question.
Yes.
Because everybody wants to know about the dances in Iraq. Okay, just about the dance styles of your country. Can you just tell us a little bit about this?
Yes, I will. With a pleasure. I think the most beautiful feedbacks I got is from Latin America. They really love Iraqi dance. So they deserve a lot of explanation. Oh my God, you're so good. You're doing it better than me, even much better than me.
Maria, it's the teacher to
to do this, exactly.
One day, she teaches this in one day, 1
hour.
hour.
Amazing, yeah.
Many years
practice. Start. Exactly.
Yeah. Let's continue.
Let's start.
Yeah.
The origin of Iraqi dance lies or is in Mesopotamia, the roots of Iraqi dance. We have our Mesopotamian culture and the dance. When you make your own researches, you will find that people in Mesopotamia have their ritual dances. Of course, dance is a heritage that passed from one generation to another, and it changed with the time. We couldn't say that Mesopotamian were dancing hacha or khashaba, but they left us the moves. They left us the ideology of the dance. Dance lost its sacred meaning with the time, and it's become like entertainment, dance for entertainment, and dance for tradition, dance for families, dance for festivities. But this is the root of Iraqi dance. It is Mesopotamia. Now let us come to the dance style of Iraqi dance. We have Raqs al-Chobi, Chobi dance. We even in Iraq don't call it Raqs. We call it like playing the Chobi, because it is like it is something need a lot of skills, so they call it La'b al-Chobi, like playing of Chobi rather than saying dance al-Chobi. And we have Raqs al-Kawliya. It is the dance style of the Romani people, of the Kawliya people in Iraq. I read some theories about their origin. We have some theories who say that they are the Romani people who came from India through Iran and then enter Basra city. There is some researchers who say that they are like one of native folks of Iraq who related their history to Mesopotamia. But none of these theories are really proven. I read some anthropologist researches. They cannot prove it. And even this theory that they are like ancient folks of Iraqi people, they cannot prove it. I read an article from an Iraqi writer who really called them the puzzle of Iraq, or the secret of Iraq, because nobody knows where they come from, what is their language, what is their history really, because their language is not written, so their history is not written. And that's why this big confusion, that's why is this big mess about their history. And if we go to Baghdad, we have as well the maqamat and the raqs sharqi. People were dancing raqs sharqi. We have this dance style, but it disappeared due to political and religious region, as I mentioned. People stopped dancing raqs sharqi. If we go to Omara, and they have the southern dance style, but the richest really part of Iraq is Basra city with Raqs al-Khashaba. Raqs al-Khashaba has as well different style. This style is depending on the style of the music of the Khashaba. Is the Khashaba music adapting some Sharqi music, like music of Kulthum or music of Wadi al-Safi from Lebanon? Then the Khashaba will have like Raqs Sharqi influences. Is it really classic Khashaba, only Basrawi song? So the dance should be like a classic Khashaba. Is the dancer a male dancer or a female dancer? This as well affected the style of the Khashaba. Is the music is Kauliya music in the Khashaba? Then the influences of Kauliya dance is entering as well the Khashaba style. So it is such a rich style, Raqs al-Khashaba, and I love it really a lot. We have Hacha dance. Hacha is with the rhythm of al-Hacha. You can dance it, girl, you can dance this style with daggers or without daggers, and it is in South Iraq, in the provinces of South Iraq, like Basra, Umara, Nasriya, they dance Hacha. We have Hewa and Lewa, and this is a very rich culture, and it comes from the Afro-Iraqi who enter Iraq in 800, like 670 or 860. They enter Iraq as a slave, and they set themselves free, and they are part of our society. And you know, this is a theory, this is a subject that I would like once to speak about in details, the Afro-Iraqi and how they influence our dance in Basra. They enrich and give us very beautiful dance style, music style, the Hewa or Lewa music style. And even when they dance Khashaba, it is amazing the spirit they dance Khashaba. So these people enrich our culture. And we have the Chobi in Ramadi cities. They have as well different dance style. We have Daha in the desert, in the Bedouin people. We have the Dabka in north of Iraq. We have as well, each dance style have some accessories. For example, Hacha dance have the daggers. We can use, I know that dancers, they love the daggers. We have the daggers. And the Chobi, we have this wadi beads, you know, the Sibha for the Chobi. And it was this used by the main dancer, the dancer who will lead the people. If he don't have this, he will have a handkerchief and dance with people. We have the abaya, it's exactly like the melaya. And the dancer, I have a video with Iraqi dance accessories they can see in my Instagram and in my Facebook. And what else we have? We have the champarat, the sagat as well. So and these are the...
And the abaya.
The abaya is the milaya, exactly.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It's such a rich culture, you know, it's not just one thing that is just Raqs Kauliya or Raqs Rasha. It's so rich, you know. For example, I really enjoy the Hewa. Like for me, that was a full party. Like
my God.
Oh my God. I love it, Assala.
You know, this is Mr. Schneider from the Culture Office. When he saw the Hewa in my dance project, he was just like, He said, this is not African and not Oriental, something very special. Take care of your culture. And I will never forget his advices to me to go back to my culture, to start from within. This uniqueness in Iraqi dance is very beautiful and very rich.
Exactly, and very unknown, you know?
Yes.
So it is a miracle that you are a native, you speak English, you know, and you are willing to share this with public, you know, and with the students, because some people can just speak Arab or speak English, but they don't want to share, you know? But in your case, you want to share, you want to keep, you want to just share with us the joy of the dances of your country.
You know, I believe in something that there is certain thing happen for certain reason. I would never imagine leaving Iraq, but things happen. Really, totally a story happened in my life. I was not a refugee. I was not politic, but I got a chance in life to leave Iraq. And I left like a princess, you know, really with everything was easy. Everything was good. I would never say that I suffer like my followers in Iraq. I really know some musicians who suffered a lot to leave Iraq, but God may open the doors for me. And then I understand when I came to Switzerland why that door was open for me and why he saved me from death. I passed through 2 wars, you know, in Iraq, but I was safe. Nothing happened to me. And I think because I have a mission, I have something that I have to do for this culture. And that's why when I share, because I am thankful to all what I have in my life. And the more I share, the more I get inspiration. It is really amazing. I think this, I don't know how to call this. These 2 things are going always in equal way. It's never something going up or something going down. I share and I get inspiration. So it is always so equal. And yes, because like if you have a light and you put like a piece of cloth on this light, so what is the use of this light if you cover the light? You have to share the light, you have to share the knowledge, and you will get back. And even if my family and my country rejecting my dance, but I have a huge family around the world, and I never feel homesick because of this, because of all this love and all this support, because people understood and appreciate the sacrifices I do for the dance.
That is amazing story. It's amazing stories, Assala. Thank you very much. You know, I just want to thank you because what you are doing is very special. You know, just teaching this, your culture, your dance, you know, and not fusion, you know, just traditional and how you live it, how you enjoy it. You make us enjoy your art and your dances. So I love it.
Thank you so much. I think each art is valuable. Even dancers who do fusion or do modern, it is valuable as long as they are respecting the culture, as long as they are paying attention to the roots of the dance. It is just like completing each other, you know. Even other Iraqi dancers, other Iraqi dance companies, they have totally different dance style, but we are working for the same culture. We are working to give the value to this culture, to make Iraqi people respecting our culture. A dancer in Iraqi dance company is as well, her work is rejected exactly like me. So we are at the same, you know, we are suffering from the same things. That's why we should work and we must work for the same value, for the same vision of separating the culture and making our people respecting and appreciating this culture.
Exactly. Steffi, you have
Assala, talking about fusions.
Yes.
The dancers who spread Iraqi dance around the world are mostly from Russia and Ukraine.
Yes.
So they put a Kaulija dance on the stage and competition and workshop. And what do you think about this? And how do you feel that a lot of dancers are loving this dance?
Thank you for these questions, because I hear this as well from different sources. Let me start my questions from Iraq. So you will see the whole picture. I told you before, 2003, it is the disaster, the culture disaster in Iraq. Dance was disappearing from public life. Dancers were killed. I want you to remember this date, 2004. Al-Mahdi army, it is a fanatic Muslim groups. They attacked the Kauliya village, 2004. They killed a lot of women in this village, accusing them of prostitution, of dancing, of selling alcohol, weapons, all kind of accusation. The government knew about it. Nobody protected these people and this village. So for them, 2004 is the end of the dance. From 2004, dances disappeared. And then I made my own researches and I asked some Russian dancers when they start dance. Did they have any idea about what's going on in Iraq? The dances start to be popular 2009, 2010 worldwide through Russian. These dancers, they never knew anything about the situation of Iraqi dance. They were like a magic who put them under certain spell, like kind of magic. They were dancing, promoting, using the dance for their competition, using the dance as stage sensation, but promoting the Iraqi dance. So now we have two things. Iraqi dance is dying in Iraq and in public life, but not in family. Iraqi dance is flourishing, in the Western world. So it is really something like very weird, but it is a lot of the blessing that happened to Iraqi dance through these dancers. Maybe people will surprise, maybe people expect me to be angry about Russian dancer, but I am so happy that these dancers starting to promote Iraqi dance during this crucial time of our cultural crisis. So these dancers promoted the Iraqi dance. Other dancers around the world start to make questions. What is behind this sensation of hair? What is behind this vital and dynamic dance? Is Iraqi? Are Iraqis really dancing this way? Is there Iraqi dancer? Girl, I can tell you, 2001, when I started to open my dance school, 2002, 2004, when I make Iraqi dance workshop, I have kind of 6 people. But when I make like Beledi, I have like 15, 20, 25, But when Russians start to spot this dance on the light, people started to look for authentic dance teacher. There is something very positive about Russian and Ukraine dancer. I never heard these dancers telling people that they are doing authentic Iraqi dance. They never said this. And this deserves respect. People who came to my workshop, they were there. And when I asked them, they told me, yes, these dancers, they never told that this is authentic. And even some Russian dancer was mentioning some Iraqi dance teachers. Go and dance. If you want to know real Iraqi dance, they were using this simple English word. If you want to know real Iraqi dance, go to some Iraqi teachers. They are here and there. Because they know as well that they have their own magic. They have their beauty on their stage. They have what they can offer on the stage and their student. They didn't lose their student. They didn't lose their respect when they acknowledge as well the culture. So what I think about them, I have respect. I told them thank you because I edited a film from dancers all over the world who were dancing during this time. And I call it something happened for a certain reason to show the people, look, in Iraq, the dance is disappearing in public life, but out of Iraq, it is like growing and flourishing. So at the end of the day, even if they are putting a new face to Iraqi dance, fusion face to Iraqi dance, as long as they are admitting it and telling the people about it, advising the people to learn about the culture of Iraq. So I have nothing but respect and appreciation. And because of the Russian dancer, Italian dancers, South American dancers, American dancers, all dancers around the world, They have no idea maybe what they are doing right now with their passion and interest in Iraq. I want to tell you that you are saving a culture with your passion. Now, Iraq, since many years in this unstable situation, because of wars, because of embargoes, because of civil uprising, we have so many things going on that our own people have no time for our own culture. So you are dancers. When you dance Iraqi dance, you are participating in preserving, developing, and respecting this culture and making it alive. So don't underestimate what you are dancing, what you are doing. And I want to tell all the dancers around the world, let us support each other in this, because this dance need our support. Why it need our support? When you are doing modern Iraqi and you call your dance modern Iraqi, or you call your dance fusion Iraqi, please don't forget the tradition. Don't forget that this dance is an ancient dance. Calling a dance modern or fusion doesn't mean give you a green card to do whatever you want on stage. Adding some vulgar moves or vulgar costume, it is you are not doing something good for this dance and this culture who is suffering at its own home. You have a responsibility, like me as Iraqi, to help that this culture will preserve, will develop, and will as well develop. And no development, no modernist without really understanding and respecting the cultural aspect. Yes, the next, I talk a lot, sorry.
No.
Okay, because I think that we have first this Russian fusion,
Yes,
and then we say, okay, this is the fusion. So what is behind? Well, we can learn.
Exactly.
And so let's search for a source in the source website.
Yes.
So it's
and there is many sources, and dancers start to connect it as well. Other Iraqis in Iraq itself, they start to look for Iraqi dancers, and this is really good, because these dancers started the fire like a flame, and the flame started to be light, huge light. And that's why we are important. This is so important for Iraqi dance history. What we are witnessing today is very important for Iraqi dance history. I have the vision. I know that maybe in 10 years, in 100 years, these development will be recorded in Iraqi dance histories.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But it's so interesting what you say, Assala, because you could have just say, okay, this is not correct, I don't like this. But no, in your case, you say, okay, if you name it as what it is, which is modern or fusion, it is okay because this is what it is, But this is the traditional. So, because you could just say, no, this is not okay. This is not the traditional or the how we do it, So I think this was one of the best ideas, because like this, yes, they are marketing, they are just showing the dance, but if you say what it is, it's exactly,
Yes, exactly.
It's okay. And this is
it's okay.
Exactly what we have to do. For example, if I'm going to perform or something, I'm not going to say, if I'm doing a fusion, I have to name it as it is,
Exactly. Yes, absolutely. And now we are in a time that you cannot prevent people to do things. It is not possible. Impossible. Our culture are so close to each other because of all these social medias, because of all these global moves around the world, You cannot. But what will save a culture? What will make us helping a culture is respecting the cultural backgrounds, is respecting the tradition, is respecting the history, and we are doing our fusion, calling it the same. But remember always, as I said, doesn't mean a green light to do whatever you want, This is very important for us dancers because we have responsibility as performers and as dancers.
Exactly. So, Assala, now we are just almost finishing.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry.
We could talk like for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah,
and days.
Yes, and days. But no, let's talk a little bit about your next project. What is in your future? What's your goal?
My next project is the online classes, with you. It's 27 and 28. Please, ladies, join us because I will take you in a journey with history, with dance step. We will understand which is and who is who in Iraqi dance. It's worth it. You may hear one hours, but it is a material like of 1 week. You will write, you will learn, and Stephanie knows about this. It is always with generosity. It is always with a lot of sharing and learning. The next project is unfortunately cancelled. It should be in Barcelona in August, but we will make it online as well. And yes, my dream is to make the Inanna Dance Festival. If any organizer interested to make our charity again, I will be happy to help and support the Kauliya village. We already did 2 charity, one for the school and one after Corona pandemic crisis. We sent food and water and medicine to the people. So Inanna Dance Festival was a blessing for Iraqi dance and for the people of the Kauliya who enrich our dance with their dance style.
Okay, Estefa, so we have to finish. So you have a last question, or Assala, you want to just say goodbye to the girls? What should we do?
I would like to tell everybody that I love you so much. Thank you that you inspire me. Assala, who stand in front of you today, is because of you, because of all the inspiration you gave me. It is never easy for an Oriental woman to face family rejection, country rejection, all stereotypes about a dancer. But when I see your appreciation, your respect, your love, this gave me so much motivation. This gave me so much inspiration. And that's why I made researches. I spent hours without feeling tired. I never calculate how many hours I work before teaching 1 hour, because I know these people are worth it, because I know people are valuing this. And I'm thankful, and I thank you everybody for this. Thank you, Maria, because you believe in my work. You invited me to a festival that highlight in my life till today. I experienced so many beautiful moments in your meeting, Sadie and Marta and David and all the beautiful girls in South America. Stephanie, thank you because you reach me and you believe in my work. And thank you for your love and support for all Mexican dancers. And it is really nice to have Mexico on board and to have Colombia on board. Love you, everybody. It's really amazing.
Thank you so much, Assala, for sharing your knowledge, for all the things that you make for this dance and for the Oriental dance community. We have always searching for teachers, for real teachers who share everything, and you give everything in your classes. So
thank you so much. Thank you.
To have to enjoy this workshop, so Maria can tell us the details that they will have a workshop in Colombia.
Yeah. So I'm going to talk in Spanish real quick.
Yes, please, quick. You have 2 minutes.
Ok, la invitación, miren, es una increíble maestra. O sea, ustedes no se imaginan lo que uno vive con esta mujer en clase. Solamente verla bailar a ella y que la sientas contigo, o sea, bailando, coger ese sabor, esa pasión con la que danza, escucha esta música y comparte, es algo que te cambia la vida. Entonces, qué rico. Vamos a hacer este taller el 27 y el 28 de junio, o sea, ya casicito. Va a ser a las 12 del día, hora Colombia, 7 de la noche, hora Suiza. Vamos a hacer 2 horas sábado, 2 horas domingo. Se puede comprar por independiente, sábado o domingo, o el paquete de los dos. Ella nos va a hablar de su historia, pues de la historia de la danza de Rax Kauliya específicamente, y vamos a aprender de técnica con ella. Y lo más importante, ella te ve y te dice, mira, darle más peso acá, mira, pilas con la derecha, o sea, te hace retroalimentación personalizada. Y miren, lo más importante es aprender un folclore con una persona, con una nativa que tiene ese sabor, que tiene esa pasión, que tiene esa alma. Entonces, esa es la invitación y que la vamos a hacer con traducción simultánea al español, porque siempre se ha ofrecido en inglés. Esto para nosotros es una bendición porque va a ser con traducción simultánea al español. So, this is the invitation, esta es la invitación. Ojalá las personas pues nos acompañen, hay cupo todavía, tenemos unos cuantos cupitos. Assala, thank you so much for everything.
Thank you so much. I read the comments and it is so much love, so much support. I tried to write, but I couldn't. But just to tell you, I read your comments and I appreciate your love. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Steffi,
Assala.
thank you so much for being here.
María.
Estefa, muchas gracias.
Thank you. I keep reading.
Ya. No, muchas gracias.
Gracias,
Estefa, te
chicas,
quiero.
Thank you, girls.
Muchísimas gracias a todas las personas que se conectaron hoy. So I'm just saying thank you to everybody that was connected.
Yes, please.
Muchas gracias a todas las personas que se conectaron hoy en esta entrevista. Muchas gracias a las super, hiper, mega héroes del día que fueron Prisi no, ¿era quién?
Sí, Priscila López y Galita. Muchas gracias, chicas.
Campeonas, porque esto fue rápido.
I'm reading your comments.
Muchas gracias a todas las personas que comentaron, que estuvieron con nosotras. So thank you everybody who commented. Thank you everybody who joined this live. So big hug. Thank you, Assala. Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you so much.
I will see
Thank
you
you,
in the
Stephanie. Yes, we
really love you so much.
We love you as well. I love you. We love you. I love you.
We love everybody.
Exactly.
Gracias, chicas. Muchas gracias por conectarse, chicas, por estar aquí. Gracias por su apoyo y pues los esperamos en el curso que está organizando la Academia de María Isabel Ángel. Ustedes saben que siempre son proyectos con mucha calidad y que tengamos esta oportunidad de tenerlo en español y de compartir todo el conocimiento que Assala tiene para dar, creo que vale muchísimo la pena. Entonces, toda la información para que no se lo pierdan.
Muy bien. Chao. Thank you, everybody.
Ciao. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.